Hey, what's going on, Black Stars? So I want to talk to you about how to how to work on your neck, how to strengthen your neck using some body weight techniques. Now, I was asked to do this by a good friend of mine, Faz. Here's to you. Um, he heard tell that it could be done using something called a wrestler's bridge, and we'll discuss that. I'm going to discuss bridging, and I am going to discuss rolling and show you a couple of exercises. So now the first thing that I want you to understand is the very first thing that you should do, and probably you should do this daily on waking up, is to just loosen up, warm up, lube up your neck. Simple neck rolling. Start with chin tucking and raising. You can do the forward and backwards, side to side. You can do circles. Make sure you work it in all various directions, turning side to side. Make sure it's nice and loose. Now, I'm nice and loose already. So we're gonna get into this. Now, I'm gonna show you the first thing. Now, understand that neck mobility is much, much more important at this stage, especially as a martial artist, being able to move and weave, especially if you're into grappling or anything. Bridging off your head like they do in wrestling is not quite so necessary when you don't have to worry about your shoulders being pinned to the mat. It's very specific to wrestling because of that, the neck bridging. So I will show you that, but first I'm going to show you how to roll out your neck. So we're going to go over here to the mat. Now, what I want you to understand is that you have to be able to plow, roll through, and flatten out. So you're going to start face down, arms spread. You're going to turn your head to one side and tuck it up under your body and use your toes and your feet and your hips to drive your hips up, roll through, make a full circle to the other side. Watch. So just to recap, turn your head to a side, raise your hips, circle through into a full plow position. That's where you're on your back, your feet are kicked over your head, and then continue rolling through until your head comes out the other side. Back and forth, being able to roll through is very, very important and very useful skill. It'll help keep your spine nice and supple, and it will actually help you strengthen your neck a little bit. Now, you have two options when it comes to bridging: back bridging and front bridging. Front bridging is pretty standard. Back bridging is pretty standard. If you have any kind of pre-existing injury or anything, don't do bridging. Bridging is subject to a lot of scrutiny right now. There's a lot of people who say it's great. There's a lot of people who hate it. I'll tell you this. You can do anything if you do it well, do it safely, under the right circumstances. Absolutely anything goes. But you have to understand that there are things that can get you hurt, and there are things that are safer. Bridging is not particularly safe unless you go through the steps and moderate it properly, and it's a good idea to have somebody helping you out and watching you. So we're going to start with the front bridge. Very simple. Make a triangle out of your body and bring your head down to the mat. And once you're okay with that, once you're okay with just the pressure, you can rock back and forth a little bit. Try to use your headbutt spot. Now on me, I have a high hairline, so for me, the peak of my forehead, the hardest part of my dome, is right about at my hairline. For those of you who have a lower brow, it may be up on your hair a little more. For those of you who are balding, you'll just have to feel it until you find that hard spot. It's basically the same spot that you're going to headbutt somebody with. One of the things you can do is when you're standing, tuck your chin, kind of bring your neck back on a shelf and tuck your chin a little bit. And when you're there, kind of the point that's in line with your chin there is going to be the part that you want to balance on. Now, if you're not comfortable with, doing it without your hands, use the hand support. Gradually work up to fingertips, to just a couple of fingers until you can balance on it for a little bit at a time. In the gymnastics world, they aim for holding pattern for 1 minute before moving on to the next. Some people will say 3 minutes or longer. Pick whatever time frame you want. I'm going to say 1 minute's probably pretty good before you move on to the next. Make sure you are comfortable at that stage though. The other one is going to be the back bridge. Now, if you can just fall over into a back bridge, that's great. If you can just fall over onto your head safely, that's great. A lot of people can't. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start on our back, position ourselves, and bring ourselves up. On your back, get your feet nice and tight right up under your butt. Hands by your ears. Press up. Forehead down. Settle in. Now once again, if you're not comfortable letting go, don't let go right away. Use the hand support. Gradually lighten up how much you're pressing with your hands. Move yourself into fingertips, then move yourself into the head balance. There's also, different spots on the head that you can balance. I'm going to say once again, aim for your headbutt spot. That's kind of going to be your balance point. It's the hardest part of your head, and it's going to be where your neck is most stable. You want your spine nicely stacked. If you let everything bend a lot, then I'm going to say if you're bridging on your head, you're going to want to spend some time plowing to put some pressure in the reverse direction. You want to have things balanced out. If you're going to be bridging, if you're going to be using the compression, then not only balance it out, but spend some time afterwards rolling out your neck, getting it supple. Keep it warm for a little while, roll it out, and that should help you develop some of your neck strength. And once again, just like on the front bridge, you can rock back and forth, work on a little bit. And eventually maybe get yourself up to the point of like breakdancers who just spin on their heads. So hope that was helpful. Some body weight hints at how to strengthen your neck, how to make your neck more functionally useful in combat and emergency and just life situations. I'll talk to you guys later. Good journey.